Did you stop drinking or did you stop doing that after that?
You'd think after that it would make me not want to drink or drink that or eat peak drinks again. Still, hands down, like I just said, Code Red's my favorite Mountain Dew. If I
Is that
ever
like your elite
one of my
flavor
candies
combo
of
for, like, a
choice
sweet
is still
snack?
Pichos.
Okay, see, this is how I know that you're full of bullshit. Because the reason that you don't like broccoli is because you ate it and then threw it up.
Yeah, well.
All right, so stop lying. Stop lying and just say that you don't like broccoli. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Duster Squad podcast. As you can see, there's 3 of us here. We're missing Eric, but we're going to have him cut up, or not, we're not going to cut him up, but we're going to have him
splice him in.
Inserted in
shortly.
Inserted in every now and then. Especially during our team talk, because obviously big news, basically the only news this week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Happened, and it involves the Islanders, and it's very exciting. So, without further ado, though, we're going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. We all made predictions. I forget whose did what. I know I had 49ers. I know I had 49ers and Bengals. So I was 100% inaccurate.
I think I had Eagles and Bengals.
I also did.
So you guys were half right. And I think Eric had the same as me.
Had what you had.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that was a new move. But in our defense, I think if the 49ers had healthy QBs, I think they would have been in a good position.
They would have made the game a little closer.
What was it? It was like 31-7 or something.
Yeah.
Something embarrassing.
Well, they couldn't throw the ball in the second half.
Yeah, I know. I saw it was Purdy was hurt, and then they started the other guy. They were already on their backup.
Yeah, so Purdy's already the third guy on their depth chart.
Yeah.
So then they had to go down to the fourth guy. Yeah.
It's never a great situation.
No. But yeah, so now it is Mahomes and the Chiefs versus Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. So also, I think, what is this? The first Super Bowl with 2 black QBs, I believe. I think I've seen that a few times. I think so. I think I've seen that.
Super Bowl talk. I want to bring something up. I want to see what your guys' perspective is. I heard it on a podcast this week multiple times because true New Yorkers are enraged about this.
Oh boy.
So the NFL made a request some time ago, and you might know where I'm going with this, maybe not. They made a request to the Empire State Building. Apparently, you can request lighting combinations on the building.
Right.
And so there's a hatred towards Philadelphia fans or Philadelphia teams from New York fans forever.
Yeah.
And after the Eagles won, they lit up the Empire State Building with
green and white.
Green and white.
Yeah, I saw that.
After the Chiefs won, they relit it up Chiefs colors. And then, but I listened to the DPHO and Rothenberg podcast, and the guys are like, I fucking hate the Empire State Building. I can't believe they did this.
Well, you know what it reminds me of? When they lit up the CN Tower, red, white, and blue.
That was a fun time.
That's worse though, because it was the Canadians had beaten the Maple Leafs, like that team.
Yeah,
like
it was so good.
Who took out the Giants?
Literally everyone in Montreal was just like, thanks, cool. Why? But thank you.
Who beat the Giants? Was it Philly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it is the same. Oh dear.
It's literally the same then, yeah.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. I don't care because I'm not a true New Yorker.
I don't care either.
Give a shit about football.
It was funny to listen to these guys talk about it and see how much they hate it.
Yeah,
especially like Rick. Rick's a New York City guy.
Mm-hmm.
The Islanders forever, right? So it was kind of funny. But anyway, on to the Super Bowl. We've got Pro Bowl stuff going on this weekend.
Yeah, right.
Super Bowl next weekend, and like you said, Chiefs and Eagles. What are your thoughts? Who's it gonna be?
I mean, it's hard. I mean, I don't know. I said I bet against Mahomes before, but also just the Eagles are just insane. So it's hard not to just think the Eagles are going to do it.
I'm going to say Eagles based on nothing.
If I was a betting man, I'd bet on the Eagles too.
This is going to be probably, if I even end up watching it, it'll be the first football game I've watched all year. So
I think the Eagles have a more complete team, and if you talk about which quarterback's better too, there's a lot of people that believe that Patrick Mahomes is the best. He's coming off a high ankle injury too. Hurts has a shoulder injury. I don't know. If I was a betting man, I'd go with Hurts.
I would as well.
He's just
he's more athletic.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know about that. They're both very athletic.
Yeah, I know.
But
yeah. I think I'd go Eagles as well. I don't know if I'm going to watch it just because I don't know if I'll be able to because we are currently bumming Danielle's parents' Fubo. And I'm guessing that her stepdad will want to watch. So we won't be able to. But that's okay, honestly. All right, well, who has anything to talk about with their team?
I do.
All right, there we go.
The Senators had one game this week. And
hey.
The Canadians.
They did.
I believe I mentioned that. So
we're
on a 3-game winning streak before they played the Canadians for the second time. Previously, they shut them out. They played them again this week and beat them again. So they go into the All-Star break on a 4-game win streak.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a 5-4 win, I think, where Brady Tkachuk scored the winner with like a minute 12 left.
That is a bit closer than you want it to be.
Fucking annoying
against the Canadians.
Yeah, well,
a little bit.
Is that goes back and forth.
Well, yeah, it was. They started the game with dropping 2 on the Habs in like the first 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh boy, all right, okay, we're doing one of these. All right, I'm used to it. This is fine." But then they actually sort of started to come back and make a game of it. And Raphael Harvey-Pinard still killing it. 5 goals in 7 games since he got called up.
Jeez,
he's on one right now. So,
grab him.
That's been fun.
Grab him in fantasy.
Actually,
that's not a bad average.
Yeah, he's just weirdly been on a line with like 2 other AHL guys, Mike Pizzetta and Alex Belzil, and they've been crushing it as a 4th line for some reason.
All right.
But yeah, Sens, so they're on a 4-game winning streak now.
4-game winning streak.
So how far out of a playoff spot are they?
Which I believe means they've won 5 out of 7. I believe 5 out of their last 7.
That sounds right.
They're still fairly far. Let me look. They're still pretty far outside.
So the last wild card spot has 57 points right now. The Sens have 51. They've got
6 points. That's not bad, actually.
They've got 3 teams ahead.
Not great,
Buffalo,
but it's not bad.
Buffalo at 56. The Islanders at 54. The Panthers at 54. No, excuse me. Buffalo at 56. The Islanders at 55. Florida at 54. And the Sens are at 51, tied with the Flyers.
Something weird here, though. The Sabres are 2 games. Are like 2 games behind everybody else, or they're like level. They don't play again until Saturday. Like a week from tomorrow, they don't play. Yeah, they got a long break. So there's gonna be a lot of teams playing when they don't.
Probably just have their bye week tacked on to this.
Right? Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, the Lightning
Everybody
didn't play
has
last week. So, but yeah, so we'll see. I think the Sabres are gonna get in. I really want them to. This would be so fun.
You've fully given up on your Ottawa prediction?
No, they're also going to make it in.
Okay.
They're going to make it in.
Work, but all right.
Toronto's going to go on a massive skid. A skid like you've never seen.
Well, if you guys saw my Facebook post, our friend Mr. Groundhog made the prediction that they're going to be a first round loss again.
I did see that.
I did not see that Facebook post.
He posted it, and it was like the dude holding him up with like a Leafs hat, and then there's just a Leafs logo on Puxatawny Phil.
It says, my prediction, or Maple Leafs first round loss.
Yeah.
Diversion here. That's not still the same fucking Phil. Right?
That's what I was saying. Danielle said the same thing. She was like, what did she say? She was like, I wonder how old that thing is. And I was like, that is not the same one.
They've probably had like, well, because I don't know how it's been. I feel like that's been going on for like
longer than the
years.
lifespan of a groundhog or whatever.
There's definitely been like a few. But like you don't think about like I just had that thought the other day. I was like, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way like it's not like the same one from like when I was like 5.
That's
right?
Puxatawny the Fourth.
I would say how many Puxatawny Phils have there been? That's what I want to know. If anybody knows, throw it down in the comments.
Also, it's wild. I watched like it was on. They showed like some footage or whatever on the news, and I watched like people go wild there for that. They like hold him up and they're like, yeah.
I mean, hey, every town's got their thing, I guess.
They're loving
we
it,
got
man.
6 more weeks of winter out of it, and we got the fucking coldest stretch of the year.
I mean, hey, wait, he nailed it.
He did nail it.
I don't know if we did because look at next week's temperatures.
I mean, it goes. Yeah, Sunday I think is like 38 here.
Well, it's been that the whole.
We're gonna swing from negative 16, give or take.
Yeah.
To 38.
Yeah, man. Everybody's gonna get a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't know, the northeast United States is getting smacked by a cold front right now. I think it's like negative degrees right now, like without the wind chill where we are. It's probably negative like 10 up by Benny.
I want to see what the feel like temperature is currently.
It is. Oh, I just saw the real feel. Oh no!
God. What is it?
Well, it's negative 15 temperature.
Oh.
Negative 42 real feel.
Jesus.
Yeah. Ours is I'm negative 12 and the real feel is negative 35. Which I will be honest with you, I went outside a little earlier and I didn't think it was that cold until I was like out there for like another 30 seconds and I was like, oh my God, my hands feel like they're blocks.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm negative. I'm the warmest out of everybody. -4, -26 is the wind chill.
I've never noticed it. Real feel is a good way to put it. My phone weather app. That's kind of
how
you know, guys. It's almost like it was that like remember last year we went up north.
Yeah.
The day we went skating.
I was just about to ask that. How cold was it then?
About that. It was about that. I don't know if the wind chill was this bad, but
I don't think it was either. But I swear it was like -1, -2.
Oh, it was.
I don't think there was any wind that day, though. Thankfully,
I think if there had been wind, we would have been out. Yeah.
Yeah, it would not have been tolerable.
No.
I just remember going out that next morning and it was so cold.
That was cold. Yep. That was cold.
And then like 3 weeks later, we went back up north and we couldn't go skating because
it was all melted. So we did
roller
hockey.
That was still fun. Yeah. Those little nets were interesting.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
It was such a narrow little. You had to really thread the needle.
The goal, yeah.
The goal thing
that you made, yeah. You had to be accurate.
But the whole time though, I was just like, Caroline, just like work on stick skills for like 2 seconds, and you're gonna be skating circles around all of like, holy shit.
Yeah,
she can rollerblade.
Indeed. All right, so that was the Senators and the Canadians, and then Puxatawny Phil, and then cold temperatures. The Lightning did not play. They play Monday against the Panthers. So I got nothing on the Lightning front. So let's move on to the biggest story of the week. Big blockbuster trade. They ain't waiting for the deadline. They're getting it done now. It is Beau Horvat from Vancouver to the Islanders for, how was it, Anthony Beauvillier or some rat guy, Ratty Tatty,
Artu Ratti, I believe is his name.
that guy, and then a pick of some sort that I forget.
A first rounder.
Was it a first rounder?
It was a protected first rounder.
Oh, that's right. Yep. It was top 12, I think.
For this year, yeah, I think if it isn't like if it's better than top 12,
it goes to next year.
It goes to next year, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I believe the full trade.
So now I might be remembering this wrong, and I haven't looked back yet to try and find it. I believe I said in one of my guesses, I was like, what about Beau Horvat to the Islanders? But I might have been talking about somebody else. But I think I said it.
I mean, I was on the Josh Anderson hype train, so it wasn't me. It might have been. My memory's shit, so I can't tell you.
Regardless,
I do want to say this: Islanders. We all knew Islanders needed a goalie, or not a goalie, a scorer.
Yeah. Everybody and their mama knows that.
He does have a good amount of goals on the season. He's got 30.
He puts
exactly
what
they needed.
Yeah. He's scoring. And what's crazy is he almost near doubles the Islanders' leading scorer.
Yeah, right? Isn't it 17 or something?
No, it's Brock Nelson with 19.
Oh, 19. Okay.
But still, right? He's got 30.
Yeah.
He's got 11 more than the next guy. But while it's a good move and obviously they needed to do something, I don't know if, is it enough?
Does this push them to the playoffs?
Right.
I think it could, just because the sheer amount of games they lose because it's like a 2-1 or like a 3. I feel like there's been a lot of that. I may be pulling that out of my ass a little bit, but I feel like they lose a lot of close games where even just a goal or two here and there.
I think Eric mentioned
it. A huge difference for them.
I believe Eric mentioned it last week, and maybe it's from the podcast too that I was listening to. The Islanders' power play scoring ability has been virtually abysmal this year.
Right, that too.
And I think almost half of Horvat's goals are off the power play. I think it was their leading scorer has or their leading power play scorer has 6, or there's 6 goals on the power play, something like that. Horvat's got 11. So it's well,
it'll help.
Do that.
I mean, like you said at the beginning, we've been saying this for months, years. All the Islanders really need is they need 1, maybe 2 people that can put the puck in the net because they just don't have anybody.
If you want to get some more, that probably wouldn't hurt either. This is a good start.
It's a good start.
Interesting how they're going to play him because he's the center.
Well, you've got to expect. Is he a center?
I believe so.
I bet they push him off to the wing and play him on Barzell's wing anyway.
I think so too.
You're not bringing somebody in.
They are they're very set down the center because they've got Barzell, they've got Brock Nelson, and then they've got JG Pajot, who also plays center.
Yeah.
So
who's their fourth line?
Which one? What are you gonna do? Bottom in and second line and bump down? No.
Yes.
He's gonna. No, they're gonna.
No, because that you remember you're talking about the Islanders' fourth line. That's their identity line.
Yeah, that's their Clutterbuck, Cizikas.
But
if you can have Pajot as your fourth line center, I feel like that's.
I mean, yes, but but you're not realizing Barzell needs a scorer. They're not bringing this dude that scores 30 plus goals a year in to not play with Matt Barzell. That's not what they're doing. He's playing on Barzell's wing. If they don't, I feel like that's a mistake, personally. And I think Eric would back me up. And let's hear from him right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. If they don't put him on the wing, then that's fucking stupid. But
yeah,
they have. I mean, like I said, they have options that they could do, but it's a dumb either way because you've got Brock Nelson, who's got the most goals on the team, playing second line center, and he's obviously meshing with his line mates, right?
Something's working.
You really gonna move him off that line, or you know what I mean?
Are we?
Yeah.
Is Barzell's a center?
I believe.
Couldn't tell you.
I mean, if he's a wing and he's not scoring, then there's something wrong.
No, he's just setting everybody up.
That is his game. Ice hockey center. Yep. So yeah, I think they're gonna push him off to the wing. I think Horvat's gonna play wing on that first line. And
which I'm sure will be an adjustment for him since he's played center for.
I mean, that's not like it's harder to go the other way. Like a center can play wing. It's just you don't see it the other way a lot. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah,
especially it's an NHL pro. So like I think he can figure it out.
Yeah. He'll be fine.
Couple practices and he'll be like, yeah, I got the shit.
Yeah. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. And it's interesting because he's the All-Star skills competition is happening as we're recording this right now, and I believe he's there in an Islanders jersey.
He is.
Yep. So he is representing his new team. He's got an Isles jersey on before he even plays a game for him.
I thought he was going to represent Vancouver.
I saw a post that said that, and I think that was just somebody talking.
Yeah.
And they didn't know.
Because like he's not a member of that. They're not going to put him in like a league event in a jersey of a team
that he's no longer a part of.
Yeah.
So who does Vancouver have there?
Pettersson. They have Elias Pettersson.
Yes, Pettersson.
And I assume Barzell's there.
I believe it's Sorokin.
Yep, you're right, Sorokin.
Yeah,
yep.
Barzell's not there. So Horvat he's already the all-star.
I was gonna say, I did see it like skating around. I'm like, that is kind of funny to see that like he's like, Islanders all-star Beau Horvat. Mm-hmm. Islanders fans must be going crazy right now.
It's gonna be so weird. Like
we haven't even seen him play in a game yet.
Yeah,
this is our first
time. Yeah, I mean that's all I got. I'm pretty excited. I think this definitely gives them a leg up. I think this is gonna help.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think
this
trade may have pushed the Sabres out.
But is it enough for? Sure, it might get them into the playoffs. But are they gonna beat another team with them?
I don't know. It's like they know how to do the grind and shut down thing, and you sometimes just need that in the playoffs because you can do it a lot more effectively.
They did do it a couple years ago.
Listen,
2 years ago, 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, there was one thing stopping the Islanders from being Stanley Cup champions. And it was these guys right here.
And even then, it was like only barely.
It was barely these guys right here. Yeah. Game 6 1 year, Game 7 the next year. So. Yeah. No, if they can get in the playoffs, anything can happen, as we always say. But yeah.
Especially with how Sorokin's playing this year, it's insane. Like, yeah.
Yeah, if this year, if somehow, some way it ends up being Lightning Islanders in the conference final again.
Do you think this would be the flip the script?
It might be, but it also, you never know when playoff Vasi comes out.
He comes out for sure. Yep, he fucking does.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If they don't make the playoffs,
does he stick around?
That's not the question.
Oh.
Does Lou get fired? Like, Lou's gone, right?
No.
Come on. Dude, the guy's like fucking a bazillion years old. And he's had a tank. The team tanked last year, unintentionally.
They're sort of underperforming this year,
right? So if they, in my opinion, something changes. Maybe it's not Lou, but I don't know.
Well, they already changed coaches because they didn't want to bring Trotz back for some reason.
Trotz didn't want to come back.
Or he didn't want to come back.
I never understood that. No, I think they told him. I think it was like a firing. Well,
I thought it was just like a mutual parting.
Well, I mean, like it's like one of those things where your boss comes to tell you and say, "Hey, I think we're going in a different direction," and then he's like, "Okay, well then I'm gone." And yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah, a mutual parting.
Yeah.
Throw up the air quotes. That's a good question, Nick. I don't know.
Eric, what do you think?
Well, let's do it. Let's go see what Eric thinks. Hey, how's it going, everybody? I know it's Emo Mike is here. He's arrived from the future, and he has future Eric with him as well. So
yes,
obviously, all we got to talk about today is that trade. You just heard the viewer just heard myself, Ben, and Nick talking about it for a little bit, but now we got to we don't matter. We got to get Eric's opinion. We got to hear what the Isles fan thinks.
That being said, I do want to hear all your thoughts. specifically before this, though, I was like, all right, I need to just go in with my own thoughts without getting bias from anyone else. So I was like, I just got to go in.
Yeah, it actually does work out.
Yeah, I've been listening to what some like podcasts and other stuff are saying, but I've been trying to avoid it for this one because I'm like, all right, I want to give like my own like Eric's Islander fan thoughts on this trade. But I think if I remember correctly, last week I thought he was going to go to the Bruins, and I was dead set on that.
You were.
And the Islander fan dead set on that, and then and what is the Islanders' one of the biggest free agency moves in the past 20 years, something like that. I mean, it's pretty massive. The Islanders haven't made a splash in quite a long time.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Boychuk, Nick Leddy, but those are more depth. Yeah, those are more depth signings. But yeah, the Islanders acquired Beau Horvat for, I'm sure you guys said this, Villier, Atu, Ratu, I think is how they say.
Dude, I called him the Rat-a-tat man. So
that's perfect. That's perfect. And a first round pick.
Yes.
That is something that I still don't understand. That's the one thing I have to look into. The top 12 protected.
Yes.
I don't know if Ben talked about that.
Yes. So that's actually pretty simple. It's like if worst case scenario, Islanders shit the bed for the rest of the year and they end up getting a pick in the top 12, they still get that pick this year. Then your 2025 first rounder would go to the Canucks. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which I don't see happening.
Yeah, neither do I. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and 25% of Beau Horvat's salary was retained by the Canucks.
Oh really? I didn't even know
as
that.
Well. Yes, Lou. That's nice. What Lou Lamoriello said. So that's kind of interesting. I guess that's the first thing I'll talk about. So we're gonna look at the two players. Ratu is obviously another player there, but he is a rookie. Yeah. So we're just gonna
the two established NHL players.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Villier made 4, which I completely forgot about. He made just above 4.
Yeah.
And with Horvat's 25% retained salary, essentially it's a swap.
It's about
of
the
salary,
same.
Which is kind of crazy when you think of value, right? You're getting a Beau Horvat for an Anthony Villier. And Villier, absolutely love you. Mike, you're a Tampa Bay fan. You know the moment.
I know. I remember that.
The most stressful. Which, real quick, looking back on that, who made that pass? I don't know what that guy was thinking. Was it Ruda? Jan Ruda?
Who did make that pass, dude?
It's a great read by Villier, but my goodness, that was let me pass it through the middle of the ice.
It had to be Ruda, that bastard.
Yeah. Old reliable though. That guy, he was a very reliable defenseman.
He was, yeah. What? That was that game 6?
Yep, that was the last game ever played in Nassau Coliseum.
Hey, that's pretty good
Absolutely
way to end
not.
it.
Yeah. Yep. And I hope Villier gets a nice tribute when the Islanders play Vancouver this week. That happens this week.
Oh wow, dang man.
Yep.
They're gonna be like those poor media guys.
I know.
give us a Beau tribute now.
Like, they're working on it as this is being filmed.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so you look at those two players and definitely great value there. So when this trade first broke, and this is before I knew about the signing, because I just obviously heard about that today. The signing, the money and the term, which we'll get to. But I was kind of like, all these Islander fans were so hyped about Ratu, and now he's gone. Like, that's it. Like, I mean, like, it made sense. Someone was saying it made sense why the Islanders kept calling up all these rookies over the past month and just giving them little stints, because they were trying, it's like, how can we sweeten the deal to get Horvat? We need to have some proof in the pudding. Like, ooh, which one of these young pieces like entices you the most? And I think Vancouver definitely did a great job, like, selecting him. Like, I think he only had 2 goals in a few games. But
Like
that being said,
NHL?
like, in the NHL. So that's the thing, like, considering the Islanders and their goal scoring issues, and I don't know, being a rookie and coming in and like making a little bit of a splash, it's like there's something there. There's something there. I think it's one of those things. It's up to how Vancouver develops him, and I guess that's a whole nother story. Like, they if you look at the ingredients, they got some great ingredients.
For sure.
Now they have to cook a meal with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So, from Vancouver's perspective, again, Villier, I think his age, he's 25.
Yeah, he's still young.
Still really young. Again, great depth player. Someone who could be used in different situations. I mean, I have to get the stats on this. I don't know about his 2A play, like defensive metrics, but always hustles, always back checks. He's one of those guys in the playoffs that's just like that constant like ball of energy. So
yeah, you need that.
So
the
I definitely
Yanni
think
Gourde.
Yes. So I definitely think between Beauvillier and Ratu, they got good pieces there. I have no idea what direction the Canucks are trying to go in right now, though, and that's a whole other issue. I don't want to get into that because I'm not a Canucks fan. But it's the perfect segue, because it's like, all right, what direction are the Islanders going in with Beau Horvat? Because if I respect that Lou Lamoriello is doubling down on what he said at the beginning of the season. He still believes in this core.
Mm-hmm.
And he did what a GM should do, and he went out and got a piece to help the core. It's like, okay, like there's consistency there. That being said, I don't think just a Beau Horvat beats the Bruins or like the Hurricanes, the way they've been playing. I think it gives you more of a chance. And as an Islanders fan, especially over the past few seasons, a lot of what I've been hearing from a lot of different like podcasts and SDPN, but like Twitter personalities as well.
Yeah.
Is that the Islanders are one of those teams you don't want to play them in the playoffs, right? The rule book changes a little bit. It's really gritty. But it's like, you can't. How long can you keep saying that? Like, that's not what wins you Stanley Cups. It makes you annoying, and it definitely is like annoying to play against. If I was the Hurricanes, I'd probably be like, yeah, I don't really want to play the Islanders.
Yeah.
But if I was the Hurricanes, I'd also be like, I mean, as long as we could score on them, what are they really going to do? We have Frederick Anderson, and we have Antti Ranta.
Yeah.
So the whole direction thing kind of confuses me a little bit. Now, that being said, there's still time for the Islanders to move more pieces, and this is interesting because getting Horvat is important to maybe incentivize other pieces that you want to use as rentals to come play there, because they might have other locations in mind. And I know 2 of the names that I heard, and just in rumblings, I don't know if the Islanders are in on either of these players, but Timo Meier from San Jose as a rental, or Vladimir Tarasenko, which those rumblings go back from the offseason. Yeah, Tarasenko. But if you're looking at that, I mean, so that would be like, okay, if they got those players, it'd be like, okay, so you have some offense now. The Islanders' defense and goaltending is good enough for the playoffs, in my opinion.
For sure.
But still, it's just it's like you need to not only get those pieces, they need to perform very well. Like, they need to have the playoffs of their lives.
I recall last summer? I don't remember. At some point, I was talking about, I think you and I were talking about Tarasenko going to the Islanders before. Like, this is like, like last year we were thinking about it. I was like,
yes,
that'd be sweet.
And And last year, though, he was coming off. He had shoulder surgery,
Mhm.
and the Blues are kind of having a weird year right now. So it's like, discount, like discounted rental, maybe. But I don't know.
Discount. I hear Ryan O'Reilly is also a
Yeah.
name that's out there.
Mm.
Hey, he kind of fits the Isles play.
Yeah. He's played for Buffalo. He might be like, I want to try another New York team. Let's give it a shot.
And then he'll sign for the Rangers.
For the Rangers, and
play with all three.
He'll sign with the Rangers, and then Patrick Kane, after leaving the Rangers as a rental, will sign with the Sabres, and it'll be absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
That's my dream. I don't want to get into that. That'd
cool.
be amazing.
That'd be really cool.
But yeah, so the Islanders can do some damage with a few more pieces. That being said, they've kind of committed on the whole, we believe in this core that statistically shows that they need a bit more to win at this point of the season. They're not really producing at a rate that's good enough for the playoffs. And they're giving away their future to do that. So you've created this situation where it's like, okay, don't give up too much of your future, because if this goes bad, like, what happens?
Yeah, this might not be the year. This might not be the year to full send. Go for it.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. Like, Lou is doubling down on the full send, which, okay, you're a man of your word, but if you look at what's in front of you, why would you do that now? And I guess there's just so many questions, again, like we've went over with rental pieces and other things that could happen before the end of the season. And I'm very curious to see how all that stuff will line up. It's very interesting. And I guess, I don't know, the same thing with me not believing Horvat would play for the Islanders. I guess I'm a bit pessimistic, because when has Panarin didn't go to the Islanders? Tavares left the Islanders.
Yeah.
A while ago, I don't know, you probably don't remember this, but Nino Niederreiter was a draft pick of the Islanders, and he refused to play for the Islanders. He requested he be traded to another team.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, like, the Islanders for the longest time are in the shadow of, and people want to play for the Rangers, which, I mean, yeah, it's the Rangers. It's MSG. Like, that's freaking awesome.
I mean, I guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's just like, finally, hey, new arena, and we finally got a guy who's like a top 6. Like, you could consider him a superstar on the Canucks, and I guess one of the superstars of the NHL.
An all-star.
An all-star. I was going to say, there's so many superstars in the NHL. Beau Horvat is the lower tier of the superstars, but, I mean,
he's there. He's like top.
Yeah, he's there.
I mean, like, I think if you look, he's probably top 75 player, at least.
Yeah, at least.
Probably top 50. So, like, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So it's I was just a little bit surprised, and also I'm already thinking of like, how could this go wrong? But
well, listen, it can't go wrong.
Yes. As all hockey teams, no, nothing could go wrong. No.
So they signed him.
And let's move on to Beau Horvat and talk about him. They signed him 8x8. 8x8.5.
Is there a half?
I think it's 8. I think there is. I saw a tweet that said 8x8, and then after that, something that said 8.
Let me take a look here.
Yeah. Lou, it's like, hey, Lou, all we need is just one number, like just a little detail about this thing that's public. And he's like, I'm good.
No, you can have.
Okay, you're not gonna get it.
You have no detail. Let me see here. 8.5. Yep.
There it is.
So that is what's that? $500,000 more than JT Miller signed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And Vancouver offered him 8. Remember that?
Yes.
He took $500,000 more to play for the Islanders.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It feels like Panarin I think the Islanders offered Panarin 11.
And he took less.
He took 10.5 he makes for the
something like that, yeah.
Or he makes 11 and the Islanders offered him 11 so some like very slight difference. And
well, I can tell you that right now he makes Jesus.
How much does Panarin make? Yeah.
11.6.
There we go. So the Islanders offered him 11. Wait, no, the Islanders offered him.
Did they offer him 12?
I guess then. Maybe they offered
Jesus,
him
man.
12. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that his contract was that big. Dang.
Yeah.
But Beau Horvat. So here's my view on it.
Yeah.
That signing, I think, kind of locks it in. I think that signing more than anything will prevent Lou from doing anything else. I think he believes in this group, but I think he believes in this group for a couple years. I don't think he believes in him this year. I think it's going to be like he locked him up. He's got Barzal for a bunch more years. He's got the core now, at least for a couple years. I think maybe next year and the year after is where you might see a little more.
Yeah, like he extended that window, is what you're saying, to give himself more time to get other pieces to add.
Yeah. Because Horvat's 26, 27?
27.
Yeah, so like he's prime of his career. Barzal's coming to the prime of his career. How old is Brock Nelson?
He's like 30, I think. He's like 30, 31.
Right. Well, Steven Stamkos had his best year at 32, so
yeah.
Who knows?
Brock Nelson's very capable still. So he is 31.
The only thing I would say is I don't know, like Sorokin's been so good. You almost want to go for it while he's feeling it. Because if he comes up next year, you don't have he's not having as good of a year.
Yep.
You know, because goalies are so weird.
Goalies are very weird. Yeah.
That's the only thing I'd say.
Yeah. I think if you look at when the Islanders were in the playoffs between Sorokin and Leonard, their performances, like, just out of nowhere. Like, Robin Leonard just had himself a playoffs. Not that he's like, I mean, he's an NHL goalie. Also, Robin Leonard, geez, he's dealing with injuries and stuff. I hope he's okay.
His whole year, he was like, the beginning of the year, he was like, I'm got surgery, so I'm not playing the whole year. Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Crazy. But yeah, between his performance and Sorokin's performance, it's like, how many more of those do you have in the tank, right? Like, before becoming consistently good.
So here's my question. I asked the other two, and I'm gonna ask you. Does this push the Isles into a playoff spot? This one trade?
Because of how good the Metro is, I just no.
You don't think so?
I don't think so right now. I really have to see how they play. Like genuinely. I know that's
true.
like a cop-out answer, but like,
we haven't seen any of the action yet, so that's very true.
Yeah, that's a good question though. It's just and I guess the other thing too. You just look at the Metro again. It's insane. It's insane.
It's pretty nuts. Yeah.
The Caps and Pens will not ever die, and then you have the freaking Hurricanes coming up. Like, oh man. And and the Rangers. The Rangers are obviously
the Rangers
in the playoffs.
are
like, just right there. Whew, that's tough.
It's. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah,
but I gotta say, I think this might push them into it.
You think so?
I think. Yeah, I think so. Let me look here.
If I had to, as you look, if I had to give you a specific answer.
Yes.
If Horvat comes in and fixes their power play issues primarily, I think they make the playoffs.
It's going to be interesting to see that if one player can do that. But I mean, he's like the power play guy. It's like him and Chris Kreider.
Yes. So like, that's the Islanders. The Islanders are 31st in the NHL on the power play.
That's really bad.
Imagine that entering the play. Imagine that squeaking into a wild card spot and playing the Bruins.
Okay, so they're 31st. It's not good. Okay, so they're 31st, but no, because they're 31st, like you just said, 31st power play, which means that one of either Columbus, Chicago, Anaheim, or Montreal is ahead of them, or three of them. Three of those teams are ahead of them. So that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
But so all they need is bump that up because they are 5 points outside of the first wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
If you
It's
bump
right
that
there.
up, if they can score at least 3 goals a game.
Yep. Yeah, that's like, wow, that's crazy.
I think they're in. I think they're in.
Yeah.
And they're only 5 points outside of that first wild card spot. It's only 2 more points to get into the third Metro spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that third Metro spot's not that far.
Yeah.
After that, it's pretty far. But
I think yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's okay. You.
It's tighter. It's tight. It's tight.
It's tight, but you made a good case for
almost
that.
there.
And also, I will like again. I do obviously I do want them to make the playoffs. But yeah, I think the power play thing really needs to come through, and I think for multiple reasons. Not only do you make the playoffs if that happens, but you're more of a threat in the playoffs. You know, that's a huge. Oh my God! Score at UBS Arena, the first playoffs there, scoring a power play goal at home in front of your fans. Come on,
that sounds fun.
That's electric.
That sounds fun.
So, yeah. And Beau Horvat, I am very excited that like it's him because like I don't follow the Canucks, but Beau Horvat is like the guy has an incredible shot, great on faceoffs, like just a great all around hockey player. Just does a lot of things very well. Which I mean, that's you look at the Islanders team, it's like if they're gonna win, it's gonna be a whole team effort. Everyone's gonna be doing something well. So he definitely fits that mold, but he has that like Josh Bailey, Palmieri, like those guys, they don't have that finishing touch, and Horvat seems to have that, especially on Vancouver. And Vancouver has really talented offensive players, but
they do. That's definitely not their problem.
Yeah.
So here's another question I asked the boys as well, and then I yelled at them because they gave me the wrong answer.
Oh no! Pressure.
Where does he play? Because he's a center. He's a natural center. But I feel like there's one. I feel like there's one right answer here.
There's one. Okay.
Of where he plays in the in the lineup.
In the lineup,
because you're
like what? Like what line he's on?
Yeah.
As well.
And like where who's he playing with?
Matt Barzal.
Exactly. And Barzal's a center, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And so this is the perfect segue. Well, actually, if you want to add anything, I want to talk about projected lineups.
No, go.
Yeah. So Matt Barzal, the first line. This is one of the projected first lines that I've seen that just makes sense.
Yeah.
Horvat, Palmieri, Barzal on the wing. You move Barzal to the wing.
Oh, really?
So, all right. Here's the thing. And this is interesting. So there are 2 ways that I see this, and I guess it depends on the Islanders personnel. Nelson is coming into his own, right? And he's pretty decent on faceoff. And he is a pretty good center. If he doesn't have, the Islanders have scrambled their line so much. I'm pretty sure he's a second line center right now. I believe
that would make sense.
Moment. Yes, he is a center. Okay. But he's played the wing before if he has to. So when Tavares was on the Islanders, Matt Barzal was a second line center. And that is when he had his 85-point season and won the Calder Trophy.
Wait, he had 85 points when he was a wing, when he was playing wing?
When he was playing center, but on the second line. So currently Matt Barzal is a first line center.
Yep.
But when he was a center and playing on the second line, he had a heck of a season. Because he wasn't matching up with these first line these amazing first lines. You know?
Yeah.
And nothing against Matt Barzal, but Matt Barzal is someone who has this amazing ability, but you need to pair him with someone who can work off of it, right? He's just creating space and passing.
Yep. It's like it's similar to like Kucherov.
Yes.
Like Kucherov's obviously like all time, but like if you don't put him with like a Point or a Stamkos or somebody like that, he's not going to be as effective.
Yes, exactly, because of his playing style.
Yeah.
But Barzal, when he was on the second line as a center, also he has that confidence, right? He's like, oh, I'm playing against like second line players. I can make him look silly sometimes. He has that talent. He's like that in between a first and second line. Well, he's a first line player. He has the skill for it. But But if you want to use him like super effectively, he's kind of like you're getting more bang for your buck if you utilize him on that second line as a center. But if you have him on the first line as a wing, you take away the defensive responsibilities that have been jammed down his throat for all these years. And now you have a guy who can get behind D-men, right? Use his speed, open up all that space. Like Barzal, focus on offense. Horvat is going to be the two-way guy because he does everything well. He's going to win the faceoffs for you. He's going to be able to like send you up the ice. So this might be a spark for Matt Barzal too. So I really like trying both of those things.
Okay.
I want to see the Islanders do a Horvat, Barzal, Palmieri line first, or Horvat, Barzal, someone. Maybe not Palmieri.
All right. Well, I'm looking at. I went to Daily Faceoff, which obviously no games have happened, so it's not.
Yeah.
There's not much to put stock in.
Yeah.
But they agree with you at least as far as pushing Barzal to the wing. Now,
Yes.
I yelled at Ben in particular because we went through their centers and we were like, so JG Pajot as your third line center.
Yeah.
And Ben was like, I feel like you put Horvat as second line center and so you could push Pajot down to the fourth line. And I was like, no. I was like, I was like, I think because he's like, if you can have Pajot as your fourth line center, like that's pretty good. But I was like, they're not bringing in Beau Horvat to not play with Matt Barzal. I was like, they're not bringing in this guy who can score like that to not play with this guy that can assist like he can.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I agree.
But
I mean, I agree.
I had it switched though. I thought they were gonna. I was like, they're gonna put Beau Horvat on the wing. I thought they would put Horvat on the wing. But when you explain it that way, it makes sense.
Yes, I just think Matt Barzal is a wing. Like, imagine Matt Barzal, but just play offense, dude. Just have fun.
Be fun.
Just go. Like that'd be fun. You know.
Yeah.
That being said, all right, I see what Ben's saying. Like, yes, it would be very nice to have Pajot as a fourth line center, but dude, you've seen the Islanders, right? We don't have the personnel to afford that. He needs to stay on our third line. Like, that's what we got.
So Daily Faceoff also has right now they have Barzal on the right and they have Josh Bailey on the left.
Interesting.
The second line is Lee, Nelson, and Palmieri.
That's a decent second line.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's decent. That's so weird. The Islanders' second and third lines are so weird because they're like these like on the edge. Like their second line is like decent, but it could also be a really good third line on another team. Or it's just like but it's not terrible. I could see Josh Bailey actually working well because Josh Bailey is a pass first player. So honestly, like Horvat's like, oh, you're a pass first player. Okay, I'll just shoot when you pass it to me.
Yeah, Horvat's never gonna have and no assists for Horvat.
No. Yeah, literally. If Horvat had no assists and just like 65 goals before the end of the season, that'd be fun.
Holy shit, that'd be awesome, dude. That'd be so awesome.
Oh wait, not 65 with just the Islanders too. I meant like with
total.
Like total, yeah.
So he would end with like 30 goals in the last 3 months of the season. That's pretty damn good.
Pretty darn good. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's switch it back to 65 with the Islanders.
There you go.
I don't know. But so that the lineups were interesting. I was talking to my boss at work about that today, actually.
Yeah.
And what to do because you don't have that. The second line center experiment would be interesting, but yeah, like you said, you just got Beau Horvat. Oh my god, it's like you just got an awesome computer monitor and an amazing keyboard, and you don't pair them together. It's like, let me just like try. It's like, no, you pair them together. Have fun with it. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you build a sweet gaming PC.
Yeah.
And then you buy like a 240 hertz monitor, and then you play Minecraft on your giant TV. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm very excited. So the other thing, the Islanders have back-to-back games tomorrow.
Ooh.
Or Monday and Tuesday against the Flyers and the Kraken. So a team that's and then a team that's been
very good
as all hell lately.
Now,
that being said, both tough games.
Yeah. I don't. Hopefully, this doesn't happen, but I expect it to not work very well at first, because I mean, there's no like you got to think he's coming in no practice.
Yeah.
No, he's like gonna walk in, be like, "Hey, how's it going, guys? Let's play a game."
Yeah. Oh yeah. I expect the Islanders to be. I expect it to be very sloppy at first.
Yeah,
for sure. It's one of those. I'm curious to see. Like when there's a coaching change or a trade or something like that, there's just kind of that like sometimes it gets the creative juices flowing again.
Mhm.
Like it's like like I want to see. I'm very curious. I'm not expecting this, but it would be a very good sign if I saw like a different side of Barzell or like like something that I'm like, ooh, I haven't seen that in a while, or like like that'd be pretty interesting. So, but we'll see. I do agree with you. I think it'll be a little weird at first. To be honest, I could also see it be one of those things where like you get a first line player and then your second and third line they just like sometimes like step it up a little bit. It's like oh man, like who knows?
They're like, that should be me. I should be making $8.5 million.
$5 million. Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Last question, and then we're gonna head into the break.
Okay.
Are you getting a Horvat jersey now? Are you gonna put him on a jersey?
So no, maybe one day, but no right now because I guess we'll mention this quickly. Depending on how the Horvat experiment goes. Well, I guess. Oh wait, no. They signed him. I was just I was talking to people earlier. They could still flip him at the deadline, depending on what happened. But yeah, they can't do that anymore.
Nah, he's sticking around at least for a bit.
Yeah. So
Hey, his first Islanders jersey he ever wore was the fisherman jersey.
The fisherman
at the All-Star jersey.
Yeah,
how weird was that, by the way? He was very weird. Did you see that? He
was on the Pacific with the Islander patch on his shoulder. Very strange.
That's so odd.
Strange. Yeah. At least, he had an Islander patch. It's by water. It's close enough. It's Pacific.
Yeah. I agree. It's near an ocean.
Yeah. It was weird seeing him. Yeah, he was playing with Pedersen.
Yeah.
With the Islanders patch. It's like, oh, teammate.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna head into the break. Benny and Nick and I played a little hurdle. And let me just say,
could anything beat the other one?
we were a little bit hot today as well.
Ooh.
But yeah, I won't say too much more. But afterwards, what did we talk about? Oh, we end the show. Did we end the show off, Eric, with a bit of Mountain Dew talk? So last thing.
More Mountain Dew talk.
Last thing, we did our top 3. I won't spoil it, but have you ever had Mountain Dew?
That's a good question. Yes, I have. I definitely haven't had all the like crazy flavors.
Yeah.
But I've had I'd say like a little chunk.
Little sip here and there.
Yeah, I will say I got to be completely honest about this. So I do have a top 3. I could do a top 3 right now if you need me.
Hey, go ahead.
Because I haven't had it in a while, but growing up, it was Voltage for me.
Oh, okay.
Voltage. That being, I know you're not a big Voltage guy.
I'm not.
You're not a big Voltage guy. That being said, I think it was like there was a phase of my life like blue raspberry. That was the thing, man.
I mean,
like
blue raspberry's good.
Berry flavored things. I think a classic for me, just because I would get them at Plattsburgh. Let me know if this counts as a Mountain Dew, but I just really like the orange Kickstart. That was just one of my favorites.
Yeah, sure.
I'll throw it in there.
The Kickstarters.
It's pretty good.
They're like juice.
Yep. So that's going to be my most recent.
Pretty good.
Number 1. I got to do that. Number 2 has to be something that I consumed whilst in my Call of Duty days.
Yeah.
And that's Code Red. It's going to be Code
nice.
Red. Code Red is another classic.
Mountain Dew and video games just goes together.
Yep. And Code Red is just like, I don't know, maybe it's like the nostalgia flavor.
Yeah.
So Code Red. And then 3 would have to be yeah, I might have to put Voltage at 3. But there was a Mountain Dew Whiteout, correct?
There was.
Did you enjoy the Whiteout?
I was a fan. I was a fan of the whiteout, yeah.
Because I remember having after the voltage phase was over, I remember drinking whiteout and it being very delicious. But what was the flavor of whiteout again? Was it like citrus?
Dude, I don't know,
something?
man.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know any of the flavors.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, man. I don't. You're putting whiteout at number 3.
I might have to put whiteout at number 3.
Okay,
yeah.
Hey, that's not bad. I like whiteout.
Yeah.
That's
my top 3.
All right, well, there we go. I didn't think we'd get Eric's top 3 Mountain Dews. I didn't even know you had drank 3 Mountain Dews.
Yeah. I mean, OG Mountain Dew too is pretty amazing.
Yeah. I will.
It's not my top 3, but classic.
Very good.
Classic.
Very good. All right. Enjoy a little hurdle, and Benny, Nick, and I will be back after the break. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the mid-podcast hurdle break. You guys ready to see this thing? I already took a quick glance, and I may know who it is.
You may know.
I may know.
Right, let's see it.
Here we go.
Evander Kane.
I'm going between Keandre Miller and Pierre or whoever Joseph that went from Tampa to Ottawa are my 2 options.
I don't think Matthew Joseph has that hairdo anymore, but it could be.
Yeah, it's either. I agree. I think it's Keandre, but who do you want to go with first?
Let's go with Keandre first.
Do they need me to put the? Yeah, they needed me to put the apostrophe in. Yeah, there it is.
Well, there we go.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, the hair silhouette being that distinctive. I mean, I'll take it with some of the ones we get sometimes. It works for me.
Dude, we're on a hot streak.
We are, honestly.
We're on a hot streak from
we were
last
killing
week.
it last
That's
week.
4 hurdles and 5 guesses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, actually, you're right there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I just jinxed us. The next one will.
Yep. Here we go. Playing again, and boom. Oh boy. Here it is. Yep.
Cody Eakin.
This looks kind of like maybe like no Cal Peterson maybe. Let me see. What'd you say? Cody Eakin? He is not in here. I don't think he plays
he's
anymore.
ginger and he's got
Bring that up again.
So
that ain't a mullet. One.
it's a mop, but it's not
It
a
is a
mullet.
mop.
Is that Jack Hughes?
I don't think it's long enough.
He's a center, 21-year-old in the East.
In the Atlantic.
In the Atlantic. A 21-year-old center in the Atlantic. 21-year-old center in the Atlantic. Is it one of the Senators' centers?
Not American. I don't know any Senators' centers.
Is Batherson a center? We've gotten him before, though. I don't think that's it.
Not his hair. And no, he's a wing.
It's definitely not a Bolt because
Josh Norris is a center, right?
He's got short hair.
I mean this could be short hair.
It's not moppy like that.
21-year-old
maybe
Atlantic.
non-Senators.
All right, so let's. I'm crossing out Lightning.
Because it's not.
They don't have any young
Suzuki.
centers.
It's not Suzuki. It's not Jake Evans. It's not Christian Dvorak. It's not John Monahan, I guess.
I feel like this is a Buffalo Sabre. Is this Dylan Cousins?
It might be. Hey.
Oh yeah. Danielle's gonna
Alright,
be
we're-
mad. She always tells me to guess that one. Guess him whenever I'm like, it's a Sabre, and she's like, Dylan Cousins.
Damn. We are obliterating it right now.
All right, and we're back. And first up, Nick, the OV Corner update. Shall we look?
We shall.
Did they even play?
I don't think so.
If he's still at 8-12, I swear to God, he's at 8-12.
Well,
Here we go. No update.
it's a very,
No
very quick OV corner.
Yep, there it is, and we're done. We're done with it. All right, bigger news. So they're doing the All-Star skills stuff is going on right now. Rasmus Dahlin is there. Now, if the keen-eyed and eared among you Might be like, but Tage Thompson was supposed to be the All-Star. Well, he got hurt in their last game before the All-Star break. Which is unfortunate because he's one of the reasons that they are as close as they are to a playoff spot. It's basically him and Alex Tuck and Rasmus Dahlin, obviously.
Yeah.
And Jeff Skinner
had a 102-mile-an-hour slap shot.
Dahlin did?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, all right. 102 miles an hour.
102 point something. I don't remember the point though.
All right, so Tage Thompson, some sort of upper body injury. And I doesn't say what. So color me surprised there. But
Bummer.
whatever it is, I hope he gets it fixed because I would like them to stay in it.
In playoff contention.
Yeah, in the race. I want the East playoff race to be down to the last game.
It's shaping up to be, well, it's a whole lot more fucking competitive than it was last year anyway. Last year was like literally the entire playoff group was already decided. It was just shifting around where they were going to be in the group.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a little bit of that this year, but there's way more competition this year too. For the last couple.
The top two are separated, really.
Yeah.
But the rest could juggle from here.
And
whereas last year it was a clear division of here's the top teams, here's the shitty ass bottom teams, and nothing can change.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It's basically the top. It's the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are pretty far ahead. Boston's pretty far ahead. And honestly, the three Atlantic teams. The top three Atlantic teams are pretty well separated because the next Atlantic team is Buffalo. So, yeah. I hope they keep her going and stay in the race. All right, gentlemen. Fantasy hockey. First of all, I'm pissed off because I had nobody playing this week, and 2 nights in a row, Ben gets 60 and then 40 points, and I've got nobody playing. I don't understand how you have so many fucking people playing.
I just
I got nobody playing.
I had because there was only 2 or 3 games each night. Yeah, and I just happened to have guys that were playing, which means it's going to come back around where they're not going to be.
Maybe.
Night, but yeah, Boston had some good nights. Carolina had some good nights. Oh, Timmy Stutz.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fucking diver, but he's helping the hell out of me on this goddamn fantasy season. So he can do whatever the hell he wants because I grabbed Giroux because Matthews finally fucking let me put him on IR. And I grabbed Giroux for the meantime, and he also had a pretty good couple games. So yeah, I established a lead again, which is nice. It feels a little safer.
I actually need to look because
I think I'm hot on your trail.
You're 60 points.
I had a 30-point night last night with
You are, I believe, 60 points. Okay, so listen to this BS. I picked up Samsonov a while ago, maybe a week. They play Boston and they lose, and he gives up 5 goals. It's pretty bad. But he had an assist. But they didn't give it to me. Apparently, they don't give assists to goalies.
It's not a...
it's not a thing.
Yeah.
So
that's dumb.
So yeah. So I got kind of boned there. It should be
technically a skater.
But yeah, it's rare, but sure, but it can happen, and you should.
I didn't get damn points for it, so.
I wonder if there's something in Yahoo Fantasy settings.
If I could do that.
Turn that
on. I'll have to look at that next year. Frickin' A. But yeah, so Benny is back up front by quite a big margin. Opened up a nice lead because you had a shitload of people playing this week.
I did.
It's because you have multiples from teams. You have multiple Carolina, multiple Boston. So when they
Yeah.
play, you have a lot of people.
Ottawas. Yeah.
Multiple Toronto.
Yeah.
But
You
a lot of
basically had
Toronto.
multiple of every team that fucking played this week.
Yeah.
And I had nobody that on any of those teams.
Yep.
But yeah, so Ben's now got 130 point cushion between second. I'm about 100 points behind my dad. Nick's about 60 points behind me. And then Danielle's about 70 points behind him. So we're still within reach, but it's getting to crunch time here. Especially, basically when we get the trade deadline, that's crunch time. I think what does that leave us, like a month maybe left in the season? A little more?
Month and a half ish.
Yeah.
That's when the move totals ramp up.
That's when that's when people start swapping out. Don't forget, we're doing keepers, so don't drop somebody that you want for next year.
I know who I'm keeping at center at least.
Crosby?
No, Matthews.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember, you do get one forward. It's
One,
not.
yeah. Well, forward. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were.
Find this keepers. Do we get one forward, one defenseman, one goalie?
So yeah, we're gonna do one forward, one D, one goalie. So but however you want to do. And then you guys tell me who that is, and I think I just put it in there, and then it's automatic. And then when we do the draft, you'll already have them in there. I think is how it works. But to be honest, I've never done it.
It's going to be an interesting new twist.
Yes, but I think it'll be better.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. We're all usually the same group of people that play it anyway.
I don't know who I'm gonna keep for my trash can team. Tell you that. Fucking nobody. I'm gonna be like, I don't want any keepers.
Still chilling at 23 moves. Danielle's at 97.
Danielle's gonna win the most moves, yeah, for sure.
Most transactions, for sure.
Yep. Also, I meant to say this a couple weeks ago when my dad passed you or caught up to you. I facilitated that because I traded him UC Saros. And then UC Saros started to go off. And I was like, no.
Wasn't that trade a while ago, though?
It was.
Yeah.
But he got like 64 points or something one night. Or no, not 64 points. It was like 64 save shutout or something. It ended up being like 40 points.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, it was insane.
Here comes the big challenge, folks.
The big challenge.
The breakaway challenge.
Oh, yeah, that's turned into the worst event.
They've been doing it like in bits all night, and they're just all skits now.
I know. There's no actual, like, Trevor Zegras has at least had some skill involved last year.
Which they've been kind of fun. Marner's kind of sucked. I liked Pastas.
The putt.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like watching dudes do moves. I don't.
And right now, Ovi's son is winning, I believe.
This ain't the dunk contest, guys. All right, we don't need people pulling cars out and jumping over the damn car. That's actually kind of cool, to be honest. But
what do you guys think of PK being like this host?
I've been enjoying it.
I think it's all right.
Yeah,
it's a spicy little like change up that they needed to do because it's not like it's some fucking stale old crunchy farty asshole. It's like, you know what I mean?
Some dude just doing the bench.
It's not Joe Buck just like commentating.
Let me doing like the bench interview where like, yeah, what does it mean to be here? It's such a nice event.
Stale old crunchy asshole.
Stale and crunchy. So
I like how they've got Luongo as the goalie. I wonder when the last time he played goalie.
Bobby Lou. When did he leave the league?
It was only like 2 or 3 years ago.
Might have been longer than that. Not by
might
much,
also
though.
just be
Also, did you see they did dodgeball with the fucking mascots?
Yes.
Like the night before. They're so close.
Was it Bull Buck dodgeball?
No, it was just regular dodgeball, but they're so close.
But they're right there.
They're right there.
Listen, I told you need to start emailing it in.
I do.
Bull Buck dodgeball.
No, I'm gonna make a sweet video of us doing it. And then I'm gonna send it in and be like, this but with NHL players. And see what they think about it. They're just gonna ignore it. Because they're losers. All right. Are you guys ready? Do you guys have your top 3 ready to go?
Oh, wait, real quick.
Oh.
Adding a twist to the fun. We make it like backboard dodgeball. You have the nets tipped down, and to get the team back, you hit the top of it with a puck.
That ain't a bad idea there. That's a good idea.
Throwing a little twisty twist there. Come on.
Remember in backboard dodgeball when it was if you made the fucking hoop, it was an automatic win.
Yeah, I just went for that the whole game.
Yeah, there's no like looking back at it. Why the hell would you ever throw it at somebody else? They can just catch it and you're out. Just throw it at the damn hoop.
It was always just me and Chris chilling in the back, just throwing them from like the other side of the court. And we'd either get people back in or we would eventually make it.
Yep.
You want to know? They just did a fucking ripped off scoring thing again. They gave Kachuk a 2. One guy gave Kachuk a 2 on this thing. And
I can't bring myself to care about this right now.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Not that I care, but it's like,
what's the point of it?
You're a judge. Score it regular. Don't give them a bad score just because you might not like this person, or if you fucking love a person like John Hamm did last year. You know what I mean?
I think it's more don't take that score. But
right, because like PK's like 2. Everybody else gave him a 10. He gives him a 2.
I cannot bring myself to care
I'm like,
about this.
See, you know what? I liked this breakaway challenge when it was an actual fucking breakaway challenge.
Yeah.
I like watching dudes go in and try and deke. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's because goalies have gotten so much better at that. They've gotten larger, so they cover the bottom of the net better or something. Nobody dekes anymore. You never see, even on penalty shots or like shootouts, a majority of players will go in and just try and pick a corner.
Yeah.
Which I've never understood and obviously it's way fucking different because it's the NHL. But I always had way more success in on a breakaway by just one move. One little head fake, go one way, go the other way, they're lost, and you have an open net. Obviously, it's different.
I'm sure there's an element
of beaks anymore.
I'm sure there's an element of, well, they're all fucking pro athletes. They're like, I see a spot in that corner. I can fucking hit that. Like, come on, I see that shit. I guess.
I'm sure that there is, but also, like, I don't think that, I don't know, man. Just put a deke in.
Gordon Bombay did it right. Triple deke. Triple deke goal every time.
Or as I call it, the side woo-wah.
The side woo-wah. That's the Ben special. Yeah.
I've lost my side woo-wah because I do exactly what you're describing. I always try to pick corners when I'm playing Joe.
Oh, in the game?
And it's also stupidly easier to do now.
To actually just make a snipe?
Yeah, if you do it right. Like, you sometimes have to do some, like, body movement. Like, if you, like, track the puck. Like, it's not like a full deke. It's just, like, cheesy video game stuff because it's NHL. And you don't actually play hockey in that. You play glitchy video game hockey.
It's like arcade. It's like an arcade game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the podcast.
So our final thing that we're going to talk about in this slightly shortened show.
Wait, we weren't potting there?
No, we were.
No, we were podcasting.
Okay. I didn't know if we had come back from the break yet.
Jesus H, we've been back from the break for like 20 minutes, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we were talking about the All-Star stuff,
Okay. You guys got your top 3 ready? Our final thing that we're going to talk about. We teased at it last week. Is our top
I think mine might make you angry.
Oh, it's probably will, yeah. Our top 3. No, actually, I won't be I'd only be angry at my dad who would put Livewire in the top 3. Our top 3 Mountain Dew flavors. Because as we know, there's like there's probably like almost 20 flavors. Like there's been 20 flavors.
Amount. It used to be easy when we were younger. We had like maybe 8 max to think about.
Yeah, like there wasn't very many. There was like those 3. There was, you remember they did like the competitions where there was like 3 new ones and you voted? Those are very cool.
I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked that.
That's how we got Whiteout and Voltage.
Which, that's making my list, baby. That's making my list. You gotta wait to find out where it is, though.
All right. Well, let's go around the room here and let's do our number 3. I didn't even prepare my list. I'm doing it on the fly.
I just want to throw my honorable mention out there first. The one we talked about last week.
Pitch Black.
Nope.
That's
Game Fuel.
Game Fuel. That's an honorable mention. Oh, you're out of your mind, bro.
That one was very tasty though.
That didn't make my list either.
Oh my god. All right. What's your number 3?
Number 3. Boom. Pitch Black, also known as Blackout.
Is it?
No, it's just what he calls it.
Oh, okay.
You see what he calls it when he can't remember the name of it.
Ah, I see.
All right, but okay, you know what, Nick? That's mine as well. That's my number 3 as well. We match. Pitch Black is oh dear.
My 3 is Voltage.
Ah,
Yeah.
honestly,
that was the one you were not gonna like.
honestly, it's not that bad. I just am not a huge fan, but it's not that bad. I would drink it. All right, number 2. Who would like to go? I'll go.
2.
Oh, okay. We're
What
talking
you
about
got?
Mountain Dew.
Voltage.
Voltage. Hey, let's fucking
Oh,
go. Nick.
you fucker!
Let's fucking go, Nick.
Why? You guys are disgusting.
I've always
Good.
loved Voltage.
That was my favorite that year. That's the one I voted for.
How do you
What are
feel
talking
about Voltage? Oh, Danielle's never had Voltage. No, it's blue. It's like blue.
Doesn't your sister like that one?
Yeah, that's her favorite one. But she would get it. They would get the 12-pack of it, and she would never drink it. So it was just
I
sitting there.
Usually drink it.
Yeah, Ben would drink it. My number 2 is OG, baby. Green Mountain Dew, the original.
Yeah.
That's my number 2. Benny?
My number 2 is Baja.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about Baja. You know what?
You changing your list a little bit?
I'm going to have to change my list. Oh my god, there's
Alright.
so many good ones.
Update your list. What
right,
was
so-
your new
I
2
only
and
like
3?
Baja as the Freezy from
Those Freezies
Those are
fucking
good.
rule. I love that shit.
like Baja alone.
Baja Blast.
I also like the soda on its own.
Baja Blast is going to bump Blackout down to number 4. Baja Blast is going to go at number 3 for me.
This is why I said we should have done top 5s.
Because listen,
fives.
let me tell you,
I don't
One-
have strong
one
top 5.
one of my, I could definitely have a top 5. Maybe one day I'll reveal that. One of my favorite things is heading to the golf course with a nice 20-ounce bottle of Baja Blast, baby. Hit some balls,
Specifically
drink some
Baja?
Mountain Dew. Hell yeah, because it's a summer flavor. It comes out right at the beginning of summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta drink the seasonal dew.
Hell yeah.
okay?
Yeah, man. Even Fruit Quake.
Yeah.
That's at
I
the
remember
bottom.
you trying
I've never heard of that one.
that is the bottom of the list.
That is at the bottom. Okay, who wants to go number 1? Who wants to say their
number
Did I do my
one?
number 2? Oh yeah, my number 2 is Baja.
Yeah,
So,
Baja.
Sorry.
You said Baja.
Number
bad.
1, baby.
What do you got, Nick?
Code Red.
Oh, nice. Good choice. Good choice. Code Red's
That was
good.
my 4.
That's your number 4. What's your number 1? Is it the OG? Yeah. The
The OG.
OG.
The OG. I'm a basic bitch.
Well, that's good, man. That's my number 2. My number 1 is by leaps and bounds the original citrus cherry game fuel. And if you've ever tried it, you know. You know.
Good.
Fucking delicious. I'll go to the hospital for that.
I will say
That
this.
was
Also
from
better.
experience.
That's better than the other game fuels that Mountain Dew decided to launch.
That is the best.
While
game.
those are tasty beverages, they do not taste as good. I like the red one, that new red game fuel a lot that they have, but it's
Are you-
not.
Are you talking about like the energy drink game fuel?
I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah,
Um,
there it is. There's our top 3. And actually, I think you nearly got top 4 from everybody, if you were listening carefully.
Mm.
But yeah, let us know down below if you have strong Mountain Dew opinions.
Some fucking degenerate is gonna have Sergeant Melon, or what's the melon one?
Oh my God! If you have Major Melon in your top 10,
The Major Melon.
don't you even dare.
Or Livewire.
Or Livewire, God.
Or that white trash one that they had.
You know,
White out.
I don't know. I seem to remember myself and Ben kind of liking that one.
It.
Yeah.
It's not like my favorite thing.
It's
but
not great.
Fine.
It makes my top 10 probably, but not very high.
They ever tell you guys
It's a lower ranked one for me as well.
Code Red is it's nostalgic for me. It used to be my pregame.
Oh yeah.
It was my pregame meal. It was Code Red and peach rings. I've got a story about
Why didn't
that.
you throw up?
Yeah,
You threw him up, yeah.
I did once.
Oh, okay, well there we go.
Was it
I threw up in the middle of a soccer game one time.
You know, did you do it like did you guys see that clip of that football player throwing up on the field?
No.
He like threw up through his like helmet, and then he like looked at the other team and just like did that. He used it as like an intimidation tactic. Is that what you did, Nick?
No.
You just right in the center field. Ugh!
No, I barfed on a sideline and then I just kept going.
That's nasty, man. Did you stop drinking or did you stop doing that after that?
You know, you'd think after that it would make me not want to drink or drink that or eat peach rings again. Still, hands down, like I just said, Code Red's my favorite Mountain Dew. If I
Is that
ever
like
drink.
your elite like
One of my
flavor
candies
combo
of
for, like, a
choice,
sweet
still
snack?
Pichos.
Okay, see, this is how I know that you're full of bullshit. Because the reason that you don't like broccoli is because you ate it and then threw it up.
Yeah, well.
All right, so stop lying.
Dramatic.
Stop lying and just say that you don't like broccoli.
Yeah. That one just must have been more traumatic to me. Also, sugar versus health. I'm gonna take a sugar.
I mean, yeah. You ever have roasted broccoli though? A little salt and pepper? Ooh boy.
You can make broccoli real good.
Yeah.
You can make broccoli real good.
I'll make you some broccoli.
Roasting any veggie
It just makes it really good.
Immediately makes it better. Throw a bunch of olive oil and garlic on that shit.
What the hell happened? Did something just happen? My TV got loud downstairs.
It's accuracy shooting again?
Oh, so this is like the final.
They got people doing it next to each other. Like they got two nets set up next to each other. I don't know if they're racing. I have all my volume off, so I can't quite tell. Is there subtitles? Does ESPN Plus have subtitles?
Probably not very good.
Probably not.
All right. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up here?
Do you guys think we're going to see anything remotely interesting in the All-Star game tomorrow? And you'll be able to give an update when you talk to Eric on Sunday.
My guess is no, but we will find out.
I also am guessing no. Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Let us know down below your top 3 favorite Mountain Dew flavors.
Really quick. Brock Nelson did well, and I'm guessing the announcer said, "Who said the Islanders were boring?" But the subtitles picked up, "Who said the Islanders were born?"
Yeah.
Oh, Brock Nelson won.
He beat the shit out of Kadri. He fucking demolished him.
Well done. Well done.
You know what? He's scoring leader. He can just snipe it. Snipe City.
I'm mad about that. Why is Cooch in there? He doesn't even know how to shoot. Seriously.
With that.
Does not make sense. But with that, we will see you guys next week with another edition of the Duster Squad podcast.